Okay.
So we're kind of back, and it's a summer session, and we're back on the porch.
Summertime.
Of course, the porch got blew down. You don't see all the stashers during the storm and all the timber.
I don't think that showed up. I don't think that showed up in the videos before.
Yeah, but they were here, and we know they're gone. So anyhow, the porch is a little more open than it was. So we're going to talk about next season. What do you mean next season? Well, that's the season that's coming, because the other one just ended. So a lot of you guys out there are watching these videos, and then you hope you get better, etc., etc. Ted has the injury to his right leg, and he boards every day with it. I had an injury to my right leg, and it didn't work really good, but I babied it because I didn't know what was wrong with it, etc., etc. And so I didn't accomplish a lot. But going forward, what are you doing already to prepare yourself for next season?
Well, once I got over the idea that I wasn't going to go snowboarding again for 7 months.
What a shame.
Yeah. 2 days a week in the gym and every day Tai Chi. And what I discovered over the season, because the conditions were so variable, and the days that I got beat up on conditions were like, what's going on?
So what do you mean you got beat up? I mean,
you just
how'd you
have
get
to
beat up?
change your ride.
Some skier go by you and punch you, or what?
No,
I mean,
just kind of change. You change your ride because the environment's different. I got to work at something. I don't know about riding crud as well. I don't know about riding powder as well. You know, just changing up the game, and it made me tired. So I got.
But you're older.
I wasn't counting that.
But it's real.
So I figured I got to get in shape.
There you go. So that's kind of where we're headed here.
So we've gone back into the gym, and I'm doing exercises, and I'm doing rolls, and I'm doing things that just kind of help out the whole body. So I'm not so worried about getting.
You don't feel any limitations. You don't feel any.
Push a range of motion. Put some strain on some muscles that can take it. Limited. So I got, I'm not out there doing the exercise. I'm under a controlled situation that I'm performing the exercise.
Yeah. So
that's a difference.
What we're getting at is a lot of you guys out there are gonna kind of lay off, and you're gonna say, well, I'll wait till winter and I'll start getting ready then. It'll be too late. It'll be too late, especially if you're aging, and I don't care whether you're aging from your 20s to your 30s to your 40s, 50s, whatever. Of course, we're aging beyond that. But we know now that if we don't do a lot of different things, we won't do many things. So that's kind of how it goes for me. This was a problem all season, so I babied it because I didn't know how it was going to go. So I go to the doctor, and he tells me, oh, so what? Okay, you got a couple tears, but I don't really want to go in there. I'll give you a shot in the knee with cortisone. I'll give you pain pills, whatever. And I go, I don't really want any of that. What I want to do is continue to be active. So I went through rehab and stuff, and they gave me a, 8-page sheet of stuff to do. When I went to rehab, while I was going to rehab, I did those 8 pages occasionally around the house.
Yeah.
But I know now that I really have to take those 8 pages and I got to start doing them
all week long,
all week or every other day or whatever.
Long.
So what am I doing? Well, I'm pedaling my bike anywhere from 3 miles to 5 miles to 6 miles a day. I'm walking my dog 1.5 miles to 2 miles a day. Not every day. I let dog go swimming, and I kind of go on my Bowflex, kind of working my upper body. So interesting about the upper body stuff is we work our knees and all that kind of stuff for boarding, but we kind of forget about here up. So for me, I've got a real compressed spine in the lower spine in the back. So I thought, well, I'll just go do some pull-ups. That was a funny time.
Yeah.
I reached up for the bar, couldn't quite reach it, got on my tiptoes, grabbed it with my hands, and I didn't go anywhere. I didn't even look like a good monkey hanging in a park. All right, waiting for you to come by so I could throw peanuts at you. I just put my hands up there and went, damn, like, not going anywhere. I said, well, that's no big deal. I'll do some dips. So I went to the dip bar, and it was up really high, and I went, how do I get up there?
Yeah.
And I leaned over, and I thought, okay, I could do that. But I kept thinking about the bar in front of me going, well, if I fall forward, I'm going to knock my teeth out.
Yeah.
So what it comes down to is if you ever saw, I think it was Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood. It was about Grenada and the Marines. And his saying was, adapt, improvise, and overcome. So adapt, improvise, and overcome. That's what I'm going to have to do to get ready for next season, is adapt. So what I got to do? So I got to kind of bring a step ladder with me to the pull-up bar so I can reach it. Then I can just hang for a while. So hanging for a while will help the upper body in here. It'll also decompress my back, and that's a problem because I don't have a good range of motion in the back end. A lot of times while I was boarding, I noticed if I went heel side, I bent toe side. So I'd like to lean back more, but to do that, I got to get a stronger upper back. Ted does some exercises where he squats with a counterweight in front of him to keep his back straight. I'm kind of working on that a little bit. But anyhow, so for me, I got to improve my range of motion. I got to get the muscles stronger to facilitate the knees and everything. But overall, I just got to do more or I'm going to do less.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we're preaching here, no matter what your age is. Don't wait until 2 weeks before the season starts. Start doing something about it now if you plan to be ready when the snow comes. Otherwise, you're behind the ball. Nothing else I can say on that. So, unless you got something you want to throw at them,
I think
say.
the other thing I think that was really important for everything to do, and especially with snowboarding, is to be able to roll around and get up and get your butt off the snow, because you spend a fair amount of time there. And even if you don't, I always admire the guys that can kip up. I mean, boy, super core. See them roll back and they pop up into a standing position.
I haven't seen that since the thing when Pop goes a weasel.
Yeah. But there's
you wind up
guys
with your hand.
that Clay can do it. There are guys, the guys that can do
Well,
it.
he used to do it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Clay
haven't,
could do it now. He's put a little weight on.
I haven't seen him in
He's eating a lot of
few
hamburger,
years.
drink a lot of beer.
That's right. That's right. But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
So-
And you got to keep after it. And
Get as
roll
healthy
around.
as you can get a healthy mind, get a good spirit, be willing to examine yourself and check your range of motion in all directions. We don't just ride in one position.
And then get back
stay
to
there
us. Get back to
Have
us
fun.
when you start riding again. Get back to us and see if what you did had any effect on what you're doing.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
we're kind of out on that. We're safe
All
right
right.
now, although I did get on my wheels, which means I got on my longboard,
I've been on mine once.
and I am kind of playing with it, but I'm playing with it very cautiously
Yeah.
because that took this knee out. So anyhow,
I'm being
we're out.
careful.
Stay safe. See you later.
All right. Shred ahead.